What is up, guys, and welcome back to some more F1 2016 mobile career mode. Today at the Austrian Grand Prix, back at Spielberg for the first time since we had a double header to open last season. However, we're going back to the last race. As you can see, we raced in cockpit cam at Silverstone. Excuse me, I nearly burped. And yeah, that was a pretty interesting race for us. That was quite a tough race as well. You can see on screen there was a good battle between Vettel and Verstappen towards the back end of the race. And yeah, today's just all about trying to hopefully bounce back after what was, to be honest for me, a little bit of a disappointing Grand Prix. Austria's a track where I'm pretty quick compared to the AI, so hopefully we can have a weekend without any issues. So we are going to be going back to the normal T-cam for this race. I just thought I'd show you that dive bomb. More of the same, please, this weekend.
Welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix here in Spielberg. It's race day and the cars are already on the grid as the drivers complete their final preparations ahead of lights out.
Q3 disaster, lap invalidated. I pushed my luck just a little bit too much up at turn 3 and cut too much of the corner off, and that was invalidation, game over. So we've got Hamilton on pole, a 2-3 for Ferrari and a 4-5 for Red Bull at the Red Bull Ring. In terms of strategy today though, we are going to be doing a 2-stop from ultra soft and then to possibly 2 sets of super soft tyres, or maybe on the ultras, I don't know, depends on the tyre wear. 5 red lights are out and we're underway for a pretty good start actually in Spielberg. Looks like Hulkenberg is a little bit slow off the line, although for now I'm going to back out, let Perez take the position as we head into turn 1. Look at all this battling, there's ample room on the outside line for me here. I can go around the outside of both Force Indias. We're going to wheel to wheel with Hulkenberg, a little bit of contact made as I quite frankly get absolutely no room left, although now we're going to try and hopefully make a dive bomb up the inside of the Williams at turn 3, get pinched at the apex there a little bit by Bottas, although we're going to manage to out-traction both of them, get up into P6. Verstappen's weaving like crazy, don't know what he's doing, up into P5. That's a great start. We've gained 5 places already and we're only at turn 4, so that's exactly what the doctor ordered, as Ricciardo's now gone a little bit wide at turn 1. On the very next lap I'm just going to slip on by the Australian, eventually does back out of that, and I'm now up into P4 with the 2 Ferraris very much in the crosshairs. As we head through turn 3 we get a nice exit, much better than both of them. We might be able to get them both here, round the outside of Raikkonen to the left of Vettel as well, and there you go, we're up into P2, so it's just Hamilton up ahead already. Wow, it's like Verstappen in Belgium 2022. This is absolutely extraordinary, as we are now on lap number 4 chasing down Lewis Hamilton, my teammate, and well, you can already see the amount of time that was gained there through the final 2 corners. Now in the DRS of the British driver as we head up towards turn 1 like a hungry fox stalking its prey. We're not quite close enough to go for the dive bomb there though, as I get a little bit out of shape myself. The tyre wear now beginning to kick in. Is Hamilton starting to suffer as well, because he seems very slow at the moment, but I'm still reluctant to go for the dive bomb, which is unusual for me, because if I see a gap I go for it. It's that simple, and Hamilton again is going to get a little bit of a poor exit, but I think I just drifted off the racing line a little bit too much there, and I'm still not quite close enough, still not quite confident in the brakes of this car, and I'm actually now going to pull into the pits at the end of lap 5, the first of my 2 scheduled pit stops for this Grand Prix. So in we come, we're going to change onto a set of super soft tyres. The tyre wear was pretty harsh actually on the ultra soft, so it might actually be that we end up going to 2 sets of super softs. We've got a pit lane glitch again. It happened at Silverstone. I don't know why, because we were so OP in the pit lane in Monaco that for some reason the game's decided, yeah, that was a glitch. We'll just make up for that, which is a little bit annoying, but I guess you live and learn. We come out of the pit lane in P21, and there's a yellow flag, probably stalked by this stupid pit release glitch, which makes me go 30 miles per hour. Anyway, Now that's what I call a dive bomb. Straight up the inside of Alonso. No contact made. Clean as you like. And we're going to make a similar move on Carlos Sainz, hopefully. Just look at the drive we get. The Toro Rosso just absolutely nowhere out of the final couple of corners. This was my first push lap. That was just outrageous. A 107.6. That is genuinely, I think, the best racing lap I've ever put together around this place. And it wasn't even on the softest tyre available at this track. There's Hamilton on the far side of the circuit. You might have just seen him go past on the mini-map, as we've now got 3 cars. We're going to go up the inside of 2 of them. We do make a little bit of contact with Perez, although we do get slowed down, so we have managed to navigate Bottas and Hülkenberg. Perez a little bit slow. He dips a tyre onto the grass, and we're just going to sail past the Mexican driver up into P11, and that's 3 cars overtaken in just 2 corners. We've got Ricciardo up next in the Red Bull. I believe he's on the soft tyres, so he might be going to the end of the Grand Prix. So, in theory, we should be quite a lot quicker than him. As Ricciardo, a little bit out of shape, myself included in that. Ricciardo is indeed on the soft, which means his traction's not going to be quite as good as ours, and we're just going to slowly breeze past him. Plenty of cars in the pit lane now, so I'm up into P6. So this progress after a slow pit stop is actually very, very nice, as that's Massa leaving the pit exit. Raikkonen completely messes up the first corner there. That's an absolute gift. Christmas come early for me there, as I managed to sneak myself back onto the podium, as we now see a time lapse of just part of the racing lap here in Austria to see just how much time I actually end up gaining on Verstappen, how much I end up dropping Kimi Raikkonen. And we're going to get towards the end of the lap now, and we're just going to cut back to the live pictures, and you can see already we're practically pushing Verstappen through the final corner. We're going to get DRS wide open here. Hopefully we might be able to make a dive bomb up the inside of turn 1. We're going wheel to wheel down the pit straight. This is great racing for the fans. I'm last of the late breakers up the inside, and we do take the position from the Dutch driver. So, but the tyre wear starting to kick in again. Oh, I've only been on these tyres for about 6 laps. We cut to lap 12. I have caught Hamilton again. Verstappen's actually come with me. I might go for a half look there on my teammate. That's a very unorthodox place to make an overtake. I get squeezed out by Hamilton onto the grass. Now I'm going to be under pressure from Verstappen as well, although I am going to go defensive because I do want to pull into the pits at the end of this lap. So I put up no resistance to the Red Bull driver going after my teammate as I dive into the lane for the final time in this Grand Prix. It will actually be another set of super soft tyres. I just found the tyre wear to be excruciating, for want of a better word. So we are going to switch it up. 27 seconds in the pit lane. That's a bit better. I think we're going to come out P11, P12, P12. I think it looks like it's going to be P12. So that's not too bad. We've still got 6 laps left of this race to try and make some progress. Starting off with Marcus Ericsson, the Swedish driver, winner of the Indy 500, I believe. Or was it Le Mans 24? I don't know. I think it was Indy 500. Anyway, we are going to go up the inside at the final corner. I didn't actually mean to go for that move. It's just he was so slow that, you know, he was almost caught off guard. I felt I had to go for it because otherwise I would just lose too much momentum. I was going to wait and set him up and go for it on the pit straight. But nevertheless, we have got the move done. And now watch, this is quickest car versus slowest car. Not even a contest. We fly past Ericsson's teammate Felipe Nasr, and we're up into P8. We were actually personal best in the first sector, which is just what you like to see. And now we're chasing after Jenson Button, who is actually going to dive into the pits, so that caught me a bit off guard there. I wasn't actually expecting Jenson to pit, but never mind. At least that's going to give me another free position. There's more cars just jumping out of the way. There was another driver into the pits there. There's another driver on the pit exit. We're just going to be ahead of them. I think it was Verstappen, actually. Vettel goes wide at turn 1, so we're going to get past him as well, and that's up into P4. So all in all, this has actually been a pretty solid race. A pretty good comeback drive. Lots of overtaking. This has been a really good race, actually, to watch, I feel like. There's been lots of nice battles. If we might try and have another look at Ricciardo here this time. Nice and aggressive. There's just 3 laps to go, and we're now onto the podium. We've got Raikkonen, I believe he's just out of shot. You can see him going through the final couple of corners now. Ricciardo tries to go around the outside, so I do go defensive this time, cover him off. I'll do the same at the final corner, and we are going to just about survive and maintain P3. On the penultimate lap. That's a very late dive bomb on Raikkonen. I've massively overshot the corner there. I am going to have to give the position back to the Iceman. Although unfortunately I will be at risk of being overtaken by Ricciardo, who does get a nice cutback there. Although with the DRS, our car is just slightly better on the straight. And I'm going to go for it again on Raikkonen. Again, he squeezes me off the track. I'm not being left a lot of space here, which is not very nice to see. I mean, to be fair, I would do a similar sort of thing, I guess, if I was fighting for second on the penultimate lap of the race. Raikkonen kicking up a cloud of dust there. He does seem to be a little bit slow. I know I've got so much more pace that I can unlock. But again, just being held up by the Finnish drivers cost me 3.5 seconds in the middle sector alone as Raikkonen goes wide and he completely comes back on the circuit and just takes out my wing. What on earth does he think he's doing? He just came back on the circuit like an idiot. I mean, I have managed to get the position, but why did he do that? I don't get it. And then, well, he tried to go for the move there. I went a bit wide due to the understeer because of the damage, so that kind of serves him right. Hamilton has won back-to-back races, so it's now 2 wins apiece. I won the first 2 races. Hamilton has won the 3rd and 4th race of the season. Raikkonen's still in my gearbox, but I am thankfully just going to hold on for 2nd place, which, considering I finished with damage and started P10, that's a pretty solid drive with 2 stops. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I still think we're 9 points ahead in the championship. There's the results from the Austrian Grand Prix. Hamilton wins very comfortable in the end, 15 seconds. Although my best lap was nearly 3 seconds quicker than his. Don't know why. Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Vettel, it's all the big 6. Nasser and Massa in the points, should I say. And then Ericsson was in there as well. And I didn't see who got the final point. In the championship, yes, we are 9 points clear of Lewis Hamilton, and we're going to beat the German Grand Prix in the next race, so it's our home race. Traditionally a strong track for Mercedes, so hopefully we can score some points there. Renault and Manor have not scored yet, and Valtteri Bottas has also not finished in the top 10 yet, which he'll be a bit disappointed about. So you can see Williams are just absolutely nowhere in the Constructors. So we're still running away with the Constructors. Ferrari comfortable 2nd, Red Bull 3rd, McLaren 4th, and apart from that there's not many changes. And on that note, I'll say thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and join my Discord server. Both links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.